Hey y'all, welcome to week 7. 2 weeks left and the grading period's over. What is time? Who knows? Hey, so let's start with getting warmed up. What we're doing this week. In drawing, the first quarter is usually all about graphite. We might have to extend that a little bit because the supplies, but hey, we're going to start with learning about pencils because that's like what you use to draw. So if you're caught up from 2 weeks ago, you were supposed to put your name and year and stuff on this sketchbook that you totally got your supplies or had them delivered to you when you contacted the school. And then we talked about how if you know your alphabet, straight lines, curvy lines, you can draw. Because drawing is not about how well can I look at something and draw it. It's about how can I communicate my idea with visual language. Just like with writing, you communicate an idea with written language. With drawing class, there is an exception to that fact because we will be learning the technical side of drawing, which will in fact help you draw stuff that you see better. We also talked about blind contours because that's going to be an important warm-up activity for us when we draw and stuff. And then finally we did some practice sketches. Now it's time. Oh, and then on a separate piece of thin white paper, you did two hands and two faces overlapping to this spaghetti of a picture, and you went over them with thin markers and thick markers. So that's what lesson 3 should look like. If you didn't go over with the markers, I gave you like half-ish credit. You can always go over with markers and resubmit because you'll have to for this project anyway. And if you didn't keep this nice overlap, I have some solutions for you on lesson 3. But until then, sketchbook time. All right, what I want you to do is turn to a fresh sketchbook page. Because today we're going to learn about our pencils. So go ahead and dig out in your kit. What you'll need today are your drawing pencils, a pencil sharpener. You guys have plastic ones. The number 2 pencil that you use in class normally that was provided with your kit, as well as an eraser. I think I gave you guys the big white erasers, which mine is around here somewhere, but we'll just use this one instead. Does the same thing. Oh, yeah. All right. Pencils, eraser, pencil sharpener. I think you can all guess why. So first, let's talk about pencils. If you notice, all of them have different letters. 2H, 4AB, HB, number 2HB, 2B, 6B. What does all this mean? Lead, for some reason, probably blame the French on this one. For pencils, it's about hardness and softness. On one end of the spectrum, you don't have to write this down. This is just me teaching. You've got your hard and you've got your soft. On the hard side, those are, get this, the H pencils, because H is hard. On the soft side, you have B. I know. So in the middle, I bet you can't guess what you got, HB. So with your number 2 pencil, you're like, yeah, but that says number 2 HB. So there's also, that should be a B, numbers. The numbers tell us where on this hardness and softness scale these leads fall on. So, for example, if I have 2H, that's going to mean it's harder than, say, an HB, but not as hard as, say, like a 5H, which I have not included, because H pencils are very good at making very thin, spidery light lines. Great for drafting, architecture, lots of layered stuff you need to erase and build up. We just use it for our light tones. So we don't need a lot of H pencils. If we were an architect, drafter, designer that still used pencils, that's what we would need. B tells you how soft something is. So for example, 2B is not as soft as 4B. What I want you to do is think of hard equals light, soft equals dark. In fact, the darkest pencils are known as ebony pencils. They're not even given a B. Those produce your really good blacks. We don't need them because your 4Bs will work just fine, or 6Bs will work just fine for drawing class. But if you ever wanted to expand your drawing pencil usage, ebonies are the super softest, super blackest. It's like a pencil with charcoal. All right, so now to explore what this stuff means, on your sketchbook paper, I want you to take this normal 2HB, number 2 pencil. I want you to draw a box and write number 2 pencil. Then I want you to take your HB. See, it says HB right there. HB. HB. And draw a box. Right. HB. Do you see it? Do you see the pattern here? So now I'm going to take my other pencil. This one is B. I'll put B. And then I'll put H. Two B. Four B. 6B. So now once you got all these boxes, I want you to take your pencils and I want you to kind of fill those boxes with the lead. This will give us kind of a cheat sheet of what these different graphites look like. If you left it just like this, no. Make sure you fill the box lightly with the graphite. Don't press down hard. 1, this paper is thin. 2, it's toothsome. You don't need to. This will just allow you to see what this graphite looks like when you lay it down. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on every box. The way I like to do it is I first do this little cross-hatching thing where I go up and sideways, and then to make it not look so boxy, make little circles like that. Really fill it up. You're going to notice as you go through these that they will be harder. They'll be lighter with the hard pencils. You can already tell from this drawing how like scratchy it felt, like you were really strong with a needle. Whereas when you wrote with the 6B, it felt very blunt and soft. So go ahead for lesson 1, finish up this page that we have already started. Make sure you have a little black graphite box for B, 2H, 2B, 4B, and 6B. Have fun.